top of the table, 13 games played, won the most games in the Prem. Forget about being mid-table. Are we winning everything this year? Let's run that intro and find out. Welcome back into another video, YouTube. Thank you for being here, of course, as always, and it is us with Stoke in the 4-4-2 rebuild. Our major plan in this save was to be a mid-table side and restore Stoke to its former glory, being mid-table security. We think we did that in the first 3 seasons. We have made some signings this year that has transformed this club into a potential champion. I doubt it will continue this run, but we need to come into this part of the season and recap it. Before we do, though, as always, give this episode a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell to notify when I'm live. I am currently live right now as I'm filming this, and FM26 is around the corner. I have been asking on my YouTube, specifically, who you would like to see me do the non-league to legend save with. We've had Halifax Town. We've had a couple others off the top of my head. I have a whole list. And your feedback is muchly appreciated. So comment down below which non-league side you'd like me to take over for FM26 to do non-league to legend. And let's go and recap what's going on here with Stoke. And as you guys can see, 10 wins, 2 draws and a loss. And since we last met, it was the 4-4 against Liverpool in the Champions League. Since then, we've only lost 1 game. We beat Liverpool 1-0 at home. Away from home, apologies, at Anfield. Even game, very similar to the game that we played against them in the Champions League, just that we didn't concede. We only scored 1. We beat Freiburg 5-1 in the Champions League phase. We then drew to Manchester City 3-3 at home. We scored 2 goals in the 90th minute. Tammy, which I thought was just a consolation goal. And then I will say, I walked out the room to make myself a coffee, come back in, highlight, Tammy Abraham, 96th minute, absolute limbs. And we scored 2 goals in the 90th plus minute to see us draw a game against City and go on a crazy unbeaten run and continue it. Great ball backstick, by the way. Tammy, big boy at the backstick, headering home, which is really, really good. We beat Forest 2-1. We drew to Villa 2-2. We beat Shakhtar in the Champions League. Beat Arsenal 1-0 at home. And lads, all I'm going to say is Arsenal should have copped it. They were second at the time. We were top. And we should have won by 3 or 4 goals. We were dominant in this game. And I'm going to explain how I've been so dominant in just a second. Beat Brighton in the 4th round of the Cabaret Cup. Beat Southampton. Beat Napoli. Then our first and only loss this season was a 3-2 loss to Brighton. We were on a 15-game unbeaten streak, including last season. And, well, it came unstuck here away from home where we lost 3-2. Defensively, not particularly great. It was actually a pretty full-strength side that went away to Brighton as well. But, wasn't our best day, and we finally come unstuck. We beat Palace 1-0. We actually drew to Slavia Prague 3-3, which means in the Champions League phase, which this next episode was meant to focus on the Bayern Munich game. We're currently on 11 points. We've got Salzburg next. And as long as we win that, we're going to make the top 24, which is incredible in 4 seasons in Stoke to be in the Champions League and then be top 4. What I will say is with these signings that we've made, if we were in the Europa or the Conference League, we would win that fairly easily from what we are seeing. And then I've just played Leeds and we won 3-1, and I'm about to play Everton. But I wanted to just highlight that we're top after Spurs let go of top spot to us last game out. With that being said, the data hub's where you come to see how well you're playing. And as you can see, 5 goals over our XG, finally putting chances away. We got Tammy Abraham, who I'm about to show you, has been fantastic and looking really, really good. We also are 2 goals under our XGA, which means we're defending really well. Consa, Lawrence, Martinelli, they're all doing their job, and we're 10 points over exactly where we need to be, which is next level. If you're looking at the goal output, the attacking efficiency, our goals from set pieces, you name it, we are in the top echelons of the league. We've got aggressive but clinical shooting. We have one of the best attacks in the league, as you can see. We're aggressive and clinical with a very high conversion rate, nearly as high as Spurs and Fulham and Man United, but we are having quite a lot of chances, only second to Manchester City. Our goal output, though, we have a high non-expected goals and strong defending, so we're actually scoring a lot and have a pretty decent data of goals against. And we have a very quiet, impenetrable defense. We're in the top 4 of the league for expected goals against. What I really like to see is that our set pieces have been fantastic, and we, ladies and gentlemen, have been scoring from corners, free kicks, and, of course, long throws. This was always going to be about some long throws. We did score 2 goals against Napoli, both from throw-in routines. One is a long throw from Watson into Tammy, and one is just a variation. So Watson long throw on top of the keeper, Tammy bang. I love long throws. Rory Delap would be proud. And then my variation where we go short and it's a 1-2 and a swing into guys in the box, and the defenders just go, what is going on? But as you guys can see, the long throws are back in full force. Also scored a really nice one against Brighton, but we scored 5 goals that day. Hard to pick up. Before we go and cut away and go into the next part of the game, we need to highlight some key players. Martinelli's got up to 16 101s now. He has really come in from Henderson leaving and has developed into quite a keeper. He should be better than 2.5 star, and he is going to continue to develop. He's only let 8 goals in, 5 clean sheets already this season. Really, really good. Collins has come in and developed into quite the right back for us as an inverted fullback on defend. The big free stats and headering, marking, and tackling. Great determination, great physical pace. And he's very switched on. And I didn't know, but he was a Stoke homegrown player, which was really good for registration in the Champions League. Watson's coming into his own at the moment. 20 long throws. They've actually gone up. He is just bulleting balls into the box. And in all competitions, has got 2 goals, 4 assists. A couple coming from long throws for us. McGuinness, obviously the best intake player I've ever had. He's looking fantastic. Don't worry about there not being any potential for him to develop. He's great. He's already got 8 caps for Ireland at 18, and he's coming into his own, and he's looking really, really good. He's currently wanted at the moment, but we ain't telling him. Sorry, Chelsea and Villa. He ain't going anywhere. But the ones that we need to speak about, Tammy Abraham, in the Prem, has got 9 goals, 4 assists in 12 games. He's got 12 goals in all competitions. Fantastic. The other one is Sekni, who came in as a backup, only got 3 goals in the league, but in the Champions League has played 5 games for 5 goals at a 7.48. And in the Cabarro Cup has only played the 1 game but scored a brace at an 8.3. He has got 10 goals in all competitions in 17 games for your backup 4th choice striker at 18 years of age. I honestly believe with more game time, this guy would develop into an absolute monster, and he's now been capped for Japan. There's other guys that we could call out here as well that have been playing out of their skin and playing really well, etc. But these are the guys at the moment. What we're going to do, I'm still going to give you probably the Bayern Munich game. However, it's very likely we're through in the Champions League, so it might be the semi-final of the Cabarro Cup if we beat Wolves, which is coming up shortly. And if that's the case, well, then it might be just the semi-final first and second leg to see if we make it back-to-back at Wembley and give ourselves a shot to win the Cabarro Cup. And if we do that, and it's fairly confident that, and we're fairly secure that we're going through, we might even just give you the Cabarro Cup final as well and get into the second half of the season. But that's our recap. We had to come back. We are playing out of our skin. There is just a world where we go deep in the Champions League, we win the league, we go deep in the Cabarro of the FA Cup, and we finish FM24 with a bang. I forgot to mention how we are so dominant at the moment. Anyone that plays middle of the park, so as you can see, 4-2-3-1, it doesn't work as well, but you press them, and then right foot winger, you straight to the right, left foot winger, straight down the left. Just encourages your bank of 4, that middle bank, to really press the midfield so they don't have time. And then also encourages all your players that are wide to force to force their wingers down the line and whip balls into our really tall centre-backs and full-backs to head the ball away. So been doing that. It's been really working. Really dominant against 4-3-3s at the moment we are, which is really good. And definitely recommend you using some opposition instructions. We've only been using them this year, and it's been really, really helpful. But yeah, defensive midfielders, 2 centre mids, press them all. 2 defensive midfielders and an attacking mid, press them, and then show the wingers down the right-hand side. If they do have a striker that's really run-footed, which Joshua Xerxes isn't, so bad example yet again, I would show them to the weaker foot. But that's the player instructions at the moment with the current 4-4-2 setup. And yeah, the system is doing absolutely fantastic. Just highlighting how dominant those player instructions are. United playing in that 4-2-3-1, only 3 shots 2, and then moved into 4-3-3. And because we're pressing the middle of the park, the 4-4-2 is able to cope. We did move into the defensive system towards this 80th minute, mainly to keep fitness. But yeah, winning 2-0, but more importantly, 0.2 XG away at Old Trafford, 3 shots 2. United were in 7th when they started this game. So yeah, those player instructions, really important for your tactics. If you are playing a 4-4-2, probably going to be important in FM26 as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Cabarro Cup, we've absolutely dominated Wolves, and then we've conceded the most silliest goal in the 85th minute, and we've just scored in the 94th minute the forced penalties, I would say. 89th minute, even later. Here's the goal, good build-up play. It was been given. Tammy looked offside. I still think he's offside. But it's 1-1 here, which is quite nice. We're about to head to a shootout. We're about to find out with the lines. It has to be the fullback at the back stick. Oh, Miles, yeah. The fullback is the one keeping him on. Cool. We just bought Pietri and take a penalty. This is the goal we conceded. The highlight was with us, right? Without going too far back. The highlight was with us. Ball will in. Tammy with a chance to win the game. Heads it straight at the keeper. We've dominated the game, as I've said, as you guys can see. And then just out of nowhere, Tosin, who I've just brought in at centre back about 10 minutes ago, that misses the ball, runs under it. So does our fullback. And then Martinelli decides to run outside of his box for whatever reason. And 1-1. So, yeah, very annoying to be FM'd, but we're about to have a penalty shootout to make the semi-final of the Cabaret Cup. Everyone that I know is on the park, so, yeah, I'm pretty happy. Jordan Henderson probably needs to start looking at taking a penalty here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Jevon Simmons, Tammy Pietro, Chucky, Strun-Larsen to take penalty number 4 is fine. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Henderson to take penalty number 5. Anyhow, stay calm, back yourselves, off we go. We did beat Man City to make it to this stage in a penalty shootout, so hopefully we win today. We've been the dominant side. Jevons, our best penalty taker, hits the post. Beautiful. Sums up his time. He's been really poor for us. Hasn't really impacted games or anything. He's been really poor. Anyway, Arias against Martinelli. We're 1-0 down after 1 penalty each. Beautiful. Tammy now. Our second best penalty taker. Steps up. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Ueda. Can't afford to miss any more, you would say. Come on, Martinelli. We need a save from you. Big save? No. Well, if Wolves score, their pens are out. It would be very annoying to lose in the quarterfinal, where if we win this, we would probably be arguably favourites for the competition. Pellegrini steps up and scores. Well, Liverpool's still in. They're probably favourites, but you know what I mean. We should make the semi or the final. Doyle versus Martinelli. Martinelli, good save, bang. And just like that, we're back on level terms. After 3 penalties each, it's 2-2. Strun-Larsen scored a fair few penalties for us in his time at the club. Sends the keeper the wrong way. And we're 3-2 to the good. Forsen now versus Martinelli. Be a big one to save from the Italian. Goes the wrong way. And 3-3 after 4 each. Jordan Henderson, known for his penalty ability in real life, steps up here. Down the middle he goes. Espinola diving out the way. And if Martinelli saves it through to the semi-final of the Cabaret Cup. Crazy little episode. Absolutely been the better side. But who knows? Can Martinelli do his job? Steps up. Goes the wrong way. And we're off to sudden death. David Watson. Got decent penalty taking. Up he comes. And sends Espinola the wrong way. And I'd prefer to be the team shooting first, because it means that Wolves will have to keep scoring to be in the shootout. If Martinelli can just be a hero one time, he will send us to the semi-final. Van de Brempt. Up he steps versus Martinelli. Great penalty. We're off to another set of sudden death. Tosin now. The centre-back. Sends Espinola the wrong way. Can Martinelli make another save? Another penalty shootout. Another bit of tension. Henry to step up. Martinelli. Goes the wrong way again. David now. Oh, what a penalty. But Espinola going the right way. But David put it right into the side netting. Can we get a save, please, Martinelli? He's a big boy. He's 6'4". He's very good. Mascara. Up he steps. The centre-back. Martinelli versus Mascara. Martinelli saves. We're through to the semi-final of the Cabaret Cup. The dream is still alive and well of some silverware this season. We made the final and lost in a penalty shootout last year in the Cabaret Cup. This year we've knocked City out in a shootout. We've needed a shootout to get past Wolves, who've only had 4 shots free on target. Martinelli, match rating goes from like 6.1 to 7.3 thanks to making a couple of saves in the shootout. And the only penalty we missed was just Jevon Simmons, who hit the post. And we have dominated this game. We're through to the next round of the Cabaret Cup, which is fantastic. And I think what we're going to do is give you the semi-final of of this competition here to make sure these guys see what's going on. As you can see, Chelsea are playing Arsenal, so probably Arsenal win. MK Dons versus Liverpool, Liverpool win. West Ham and Newcastle. Obviously we'll probably want the winner of the West Ham or Newcastle game. Love to see MK Dons do us a favour. And Chelsea's the team that we lost to in the final last year in a penalty shootout. But fantastic to get through. Not fantastic in terms of performances. Also, a 4-1 down against Birmingham last game out in the league, who were bottom. We came back to draw 4-4. So, it's been a fun all time at the moment here at Stoke. Very annoying run of form recently, team. I know that might not look it on the screen, but a draw to Everton, which was annoying. We beat United, as I showed you guys. We then drew 4-4 to City, to Birmingham City, that is. We then needed a 94th minute equaliser against Wolves, who we dominated. We then beat Spurs 1-0, which was huge in the context of the season because they were third, we were top. We scored, we saw it out. But again, we had like 15 shots, couldn't score. Beat Wolves, that's fine. Beat Fulham, which was good. And then the last two games have been super annoying. Chelsea, 30 seconds in, red card. From the resulting free kick we scored, we played 98 minutes against 10 men. They scored 97th minute. We got dominated by 10 men. Should never happen. And then against West Ham, we dominated at home, as you guys can see, with 15 shots, don't score. The reason why it's annoying in this run of form is we are top, right? City are chasing us down. We are 6 points clear. Win those two games, we're 10 to 12 points clear. If I was 10 to 12 points clear, the 21 games gone 1st of January, I would sit here and tell you we're winning the league in season 4 with Stoke playing 4-4-2. But instead now we're open the door up to bottling it. And I know it's very early to say about bottle jobs, but when I'm 10 points clear and I'm playing against 10 men Chelsea and we're 1-0 up and we're about to go 11 or 12 points clear because City drew to Ipswich that day, then to concede 97th minute, then not beat West Ham, who were in the lower half of the table, to drop 4 points potentially, 2 points for winning against Chelsea, 2 points for winning against West Ham, that's a bottle job. That's 4 points. So if we lose the title by less than 4 points this season, I've bottled it. And it's very annoying. When you look at the data hub lately, we've been regressing back to the mean. We're still doing all right. We're still 10 points over, 1 goal under XGA. But our attacking data has just started to eke back towards being mediocre. We just, for whatever reason, stopping the ability to score. Also, we have some problems. Collins wanted by a Saudi club, and if he gets a bid, he's going to become unhappy, right? Konsa has a bid from Rennes, but I don't think he wants to go, which is really good. McGuinness has a bid at the moment here from Aston Villa and is wanted by Bayer 04. Doesn't seem like he wants to leave. Strun Lars is the big problem. We have a 100 mil bid, 95 mil from Sporting, 100 with clauses. He wants to leave. He has a 120 mil release fee. We need to do our best getting through this window with not selling anyone, because if this squad stayed as it was, I'd be really happy. The only place I would look for in the squad is probably someone over Jamie Lawrence, but he's been my best centre-back this season. He's scoring goals from corners, everything. Plus he's 6'7". Is potentially, if I lose like Devon Ranch, Lawrence becomes third choice centre-back, I would go after a world-class sort of centre-back to kind of push us over the line. But yeah, very annoying. In terms of what's to come up, we've got Derby County in the FA Cup third round. We've also got Arsenal home and away in the Cabaret Cup semi-final to make this final of the Cabaret Cup for the second year in a row. I'm going to give you highlights of that game. This episode's kind of just gone up in the air. There's like, we might be winning the league. We could be making the Cabaret Cup final. I was meant to give you Bayern Munich, but, when we look at the Champions League phase at the moment, we're automatically in the playoff spot. We're in second, only on goal difference. You can see how strong the English League is in this save. 4 of the top 5 are all English clubs here, and only one of those clubs isn't on 14 points. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to give you Bayern Munich now as a part of this game. I might give you just this Arsenal sort of Cabaret Cup semi-final highlight. But yeah, long story short, this episode's been a bit of, we might be winning the league. There's been a penalty shootout to make the Cabaret Cup semi-final. People coming after my squad and the drama's not over transfer-wise. And I sit here and I go, I'm 6 points clear, 21 games played, and I'm complaining that I think we really should be clear by more points. So, yeah. I don't know if this means silverware this year, but I'm a little annoyed that we haven't won our last 2. But we only lost 1 game all year, so maybe we are going to win the league. First highlight, semi-final of the Cabaret Cup. Away from home against Arsenal first up. Liverpool, Newcastle, the other 2 semi-finals. There's Ben White with the ball over the top of the Odegaard. Should probably be a goal, and it is. We're 1-0 down. It's tied 2 minutes. Just haven't been playing as fluid as we have been at the start of the day. I've been playing FM for the last 12 hours. So, when I started the day, it looked really good. And now it's not looking as great. As the first highlight of the Cabaret Cup semi-final is Odegaard over the top and slotting one home here against Martinelli. And it's not good. 1-0 down. Henderson winning that one in the middle of the park. We do have Anton is away Asian Cup of Nations with Uzbekistan, and our backup Japanese striker Sikny is also away at the Asian Cup. But David with the ball. Ball in. Strun Larsen falls to Tammy. Great goal. 1-1. 11 minutes in. Back on level terms. It's good to see. Cabaret Cup semi-final. We would love to make it to Wembley for the second year in a row. Right some wrongs of last year. In the end, we do take ourselves back to level pegging. Good ball in here from David. We also have Collins suspended for this game as well. So Tossin is playing at right back. But 1-1. Kepa going long. Should be our ball and David wins. But only as far as Lewis Skelly. David wins again but falls to Odegaard. Zinchenko now. Back to Inacio. Thuram. Odegaard. Bang. Just like that. 2-1. Every highlight has resulted in a goal so far. 2-1, 20 minutes played. Being way too open. Our opposition instructions work really well, and then as soon as we get to December, we've been conceding goals for fun. Very annoying. But 2-1 down as Odegaard scores. Long throw. David Watson, he can launch him. Go short instead of McGuinness. Don't like when we do that. McGuinness, Henderson. Tossin of all people hits the bar. Jevon Simmons' ball in is blocked. Crazy game. 2-1. Corner to Odegaard. Ball in back stick. McGuinness clears. Only as far as Odegaard and Gabriel. Odegaard's having a great game out there. McGuinness wins. David now. Henderson. Good ball now to Watson. Very well done from the boys. David Watson beating people. Jevon Simmons puts it behind Watson. Poor from Jevon Simmons. Conser wins it back. Loses it again. Whose highlight is this and who wants to keep the ball? Annoying. Gabriel. Ben White. Back to Kepa. Out the other side. Force him long. Jevon wins. Tammy. Oh, good turn. Good finish. Good goal. 2-2. Kepa took time after taking the long kick to get back into position. We win the ball and Tammy catches him unaware on the turn from distance. And Tammy gets a brace. Odegaard has a brace. It's 2-2. 33 minutes played. Weird highlight, it has to be said. Approaching half-time here. It's a brace to Odegaard, a brace to Tammy. It's 2-2. If you look from the match stats, it's very even in XG. But we're having a very poor day with pass completion and possession. Arsenal been the better of the two sides. Corner. Arsenal. I've gone into the defensive 4-4-2. They've gone 4-2-4. And Inacio heads home. Don't know why they're checking for offside. He's not offside. It's from a corner. They'll be trying to say that someone's on the goalkeeper, but they should never give this offside ever. It's not being given, thank Christ. 3-2. Look, I'll happily take 3-2 down here because we have played really poor. Time is ticking away here. We're going to get what we want, which was, in the end, understanding we're being utterly dominated. We park the bus. We only lose 3-2. Means next time we see a highlight, we're going to be at home against Arsenal, knowing that we have to win on the night to force at least extra time. And if we win by 2 goals, we're going to be through to the Cabaret Cup final for a second year in a row. Approaching half-time in the first half of the second leg. Not a highlight. We've had the better of the game, but here we go. Corner, right on half-time. Ball in the box. Collins heads over the bar. Really needed that to be going in the back of the net. And right on half-time, 0-0. Only highlight was just then. We've had 6 shots free in more of the game. As said previously, we have to win this game to force extra time, or if we win by 2 goals, we're through to the final. Kepa goes short to Gabriel. We're on the press. Zinchenko. Bassi going to press his man. I've purposely started Simmons and McGuinness on the bench because they're better at penalties than the other 2 wingers in Bassi and Chucky. Anyway, Coppola, Watson, ball to Tammy. Tammy with the ball. Cuts it. Bassi now. Needs an option. Goes himself. Doesn't get the shot away. Very annoying. Collins, inverted fullback on the fend. Watson hits. What a strike. David Watson. He's been fantastic this year. We're 1-0 up. As it stands, it's 3-3 on aggregate. We would be heading to extra time in the Cabaret Cup semi-final as we look to make back-to-back finals. Well, 1-0 to the good, 3-3. We've had the better of the game. It's a great strike, and if we could find one more, we would be on head on aggregate and going towards the Cabaret Cup final in Wembley. Odegaard, whippage. Oh, it's going to be a penalty. Gabriel has gone down. So many penalties given from like free kicks / all corners, and it doesn't happen in real life at all. Anyhow, against the run of play, we've done absolutely everything, but 6 minutes later, we need Martinelli to be a hero here against Saka. Good penalty, and just like that, we have to score yet again in order to force extra time. Very annoying. We've dominated this whole game, and then out of nothing, corner, penalty, and a goal. Got it all to do yet again. Got it all to do yet again. Highlight from kickoff, though. That's always important. Chucky now. He's going to go on a run. Great run from Chuck. Ball back stick. Doesn't find Tammy. It might be their highlight here. Is Martinelli going on a run. This would be very annoying to see them score 2 goals in 2 minutes from absolutely nothing. Poor ball. Strun Larson. 1-on-1 here. Can he score? Strun. Oh, he's put it high, wide, and not at all handsome at all. Still 1-1. Highlight again. Okay, this game is sprung into life. They got to give that a penalty. Oh, FM, just stop with the cheese, bro. Front on, 50-50 ball. Henderson's won it. And they give it a pen. Of course they do. Martinelli must save, you feel. We're going out. Just like that, we need 2 goals. We need 2 goals now. 2 penalties. Love to see who FM wants to make the final. 2 bloody penalties. We are being absolutely robbed in front of our eyes. Never a pen. 2-1. Well, time's ticking away. We're 2-1 down on the night here. We need 2 goals in quick succession. The likelihood that's not happening. So we are going to be out in the Cabaret Cup in the semi-final. There won't be silverware here. As it looks like FM want to give him another penalty as Collins with the sliding challenge tackled the ball out of play. But Football Manager being Football Manager will likely give this a pen. No, they've actually waved one away. Unlike probably the one against Henderson. This definitely should have been waved away. But yeah, we're out. Look, it's a great run. Very well done, boys. But the hunt for silverware is going to go up in flames here in the semi-final. Last year we lost in the final in a penalty shootout. This year we have lost in the semi-final thanks to 2 penalties. If it was just based on actual play and how the games have gone, Arsenal probably still were the better team. But yeah, very annoying that their 2.2 XG have come from both from the penalty spot. But yeah, is what it is. In terms of the episode, we're going to call it there. I don't know, you have a big game against Bayern Munich coming up in the Champions League, which is pretty historic. But look, we're through in the Champions League. We also play Fenerbahce on the final day, so we're likely going to be in the top 8 in the Champions League, which is pretty good. In terms of the FA Cup, we're not winning the FA Cup. We were lucky to beat City in the Cabaret Cup to make it this far. I highly doubt away from home against City again. Yeah, we've copped it a little bit this season. A lot of penalty drama, a lot of like bad draws in the Cup in terms of Man City away from home twice. Is not great. So yeah, next episode's going to likely be a knockout stage game of the Champions League, plus a little bit of like rundown of how the league season is going. I will let you know we have made a transfer sale, and I do need to buy a centre-back, but it's nothing major. It's more a squad thing. So next episode will be recapping any sort of transfer news, then a Champions League sort of run, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we dream of silverware. But at the moment, as it stands, the only bit of silverware we're looking like winning is the Premier League. Can we do it here in Season 4? Well, go and subscribe and like the video. Hit the notification bell so you're notified when the next episode comes out, so you can find out if we end up winning the league or not. With that being said, thank you very much from Damo, from everyone else here at Stoke City, and of course the live streamers we're currently live. Catch you guys later, and goodbye.